I'm audible, right? Clearly. Okay. So let's go on for the first position of the day, which is queen versus knight with pawns. So I will just explain the gist of this position once. White has a5. This, oh, admit, okay. White has a5 pawn, b4, d3, e4, f2, g2. The coordinates are written here a, b, c, d until h. This is known as ranks. Sorry, this is known as files. And 1, 2, 3, 4 up to 8. This is known as ranks. So a to a5, b4, d3, e4, f2, and g2. This is the pawn structure of white pieces along with the queen, obviously. On the other hand, black has a7, b7, d6, e5, f7, g7, and h7 pawn along with this knight, obviously. So yes, in yesterday's session I told that knight is worth 3 points and queen is worth 9 points. Many of you who don't know about the game rules may have wondered why. This is because queen can move both forward as well as on a diagonal square, while the knight is only limited to playing like an L-shaped manner. That's the only reason. According to their capabilities, they are assigned points. So, if you look at this position, the queen on b2 is supporting, it's indirectly attacking the pawn on e5. Not now because it is supported by two pieces. And this is the direct attack, while the hidden or the objective that the queen wants to achieve in this position is to open its position to attack the black king as much as possible. For example, if I place this queen somewhere like e2 or then g4, okay, open file, if you have to understand in a simple word, open file means an open vacant area. And open vacant area means if I have to locate this in a black's position, it is this seventh rank. Why seventh rank? Because queen can easily reach this using this route. Queen e2, g4, and d7, or even queen to c8 with a check. This is our idea. Obviously, black will also play some responses against this, so don't worry. And why we need to queen place the queen on this open diagonal or file is because then the queen will be able to capture all these pawns, and more than capturing all these pawns, it will be able to control maximum amount of space on the opposition king's camp. Then if the queen reaches d7, it will obviously take the d6 pawn, and then the e5 pawn, and then b7, a7, everything will be wiped out. And knight at max can take only a5 and d4. Rest, these two pawns will get promoted. I know this may be a little bit tricky on mine right now, but let me show you how. First of all, play b5. Why b5? Because b5 achieves two objectives. It although gives up this pawn, notice this, the knight can capture this pawn or can come to d4. Let's say if black captures this. This is a huge blunder. Why? Because queen can go to b4 here, and if you notice, the knight is being attacked here firstly, and then the pawn on d6 is also attacked. Okay, this is known as a discovered attack, or rather a double attack. Double attack is quite accurate term for this, where we are attacking two important pieces at the same time. Strategically, a knight is trapped. I was just explaining this. Strategically, is this knight on a5 is in the corner of the board. This is generally referred to as, and the acronym of, knight on the rim. So We can defend it using b6, but it is of no use actually because queen takes d6 gives up the pawn, and the queen is able to extract the open position needed. Now the process is pretty simple. You have to go king e8 here. Why? Because if we go king g8, then it's obviously a back rank checkmate. I hope you know this. Back rank checkmate means where the king is surrounded by f7, g7, and h7 pawns on the king side, and it is not able to escape the final rank check that is given by either queen or rook. So either queen b8 or queen d8 does the job for white, and it's a checkmate. So let's see how to proceed here. Here, black played knight d4. I hope you understood why not knight a5. Black played knight a4, knight d4. Now it is apparently attacking the b5 pawn here, but it is not an attack actually because knight on b5 pawn is protected by the queen here. Here there are multiple options to pursue. I personally like playing queen c3. Sorry, queen c3 is not the move. I wanted to play queen b4 here. But queen c3, if you play, this is a blunder because the knight e2 check forks both the queen as well as the king. And this is giving an advantage for the black. In fact, it just throws away the entire advantage that white has in this position to go for the win. I prefer f4 here, or even b6 is good, or even queen b4 is also fine with the same idea. Now the black can go to king e7, for example. F4, let's discuss f4. Why? This move has two advantages. It actually attacks this pawn and at the same time challenges black to do a decision that if they are taking this, then we will give up the knight. Basically, if black takes this pawn, then the queen can capture the knight and we can win the game easily. Okay, so black plays f6 to defend this pawn, and we take, then we can take this and play queen b4. This is one way. Or black plays principled and white plays like principled man. He just brings king forward to accelerate the process of checkmate. King e7, and now he takes. This could have been done a move earlier as well, where we are playing king f2 afterwards. For example, like here, f e5, d e5, queen b4. Let's say king f7 and play king f4. It's more or less the same thing. It's just the nomenclature and methodology. Nothing to be worried here. Now king e7, we take, they take, or f e5 rather, queen d2. Again, why queen d2? Because queen d2 accomplishes only one task, which is to go to g5. That's it. It's targeting the check. Otherwise, it's also sacrificing this pawn in exchange for these two pawns in return. So queen d2, knight b5, let's say, queen g5, and king f7, queen f5, double attack, and king e7, queen g7, and here black plays king f6 or king f7, doesn't matter. We can still play queen f5, king e7, and finally queen c8. This position should be easily winning because there is no way to defend this pawn. And if black tries to play b6, then we can just play a b6 followed by queen b7 check, and we are winning this pawn as well. And in future we can okay, let me illustrate more. King e6, queen b6, and knight d4 again. Now there is some work to be done more. We have just three pawns each on the board, so let's play queen to c7, and king f6 is not possible because this pawn is going. So we have to play g5, and here queen g7 easily wins for white because this pawn cannot be saved anymore. I hope you understood this. I have also shown the entire line here. I will just share the chapter after the game, after the session ends. So, any questions with regards to this? Please put it in the chat or raise your hands. Any questions, please? Did did you understand this? Okay. Shall we proceed now to bishop, queen versus bishop? Okay. Let me go to queen versus bishop now. Same process, same algorithm follows here. Now, white has two options. It's white to move, and he has actually three options. I prefer to go queen g4 first because it actually enters this diagonal completely without even the need for any intervention of other pieces. So, queen g4 is one alternative. Queen c2 is another alternative. Again, the idea of queen c2 is to play b5. Okay, let's play a random h6, b5, bishop b5 followed by queen c8 check, and queen b7. This wins the bishop here. That's the main idea. You do not have to calculate this much deep. It is just what you have to remember, that is we just need to clear up as many files as possible when we are having a heavy piece, that is a queen in this case. If we clear out open positions, then we can automatically grab pawns every for every move, and ultimately we can gain a queen as well on the game. So a6 is the second move. Here black played king e7 after queen c2, and here we play a6. I have given a6 as a excellent move because black really cannot capture, neither he can capture this or he can play any other move. Basically, he is trapped. So he has to play king d7. Let me show you what happens. A b6, queen c6. This was the first variation. B6, queen c6. Second variation. And if black tries to be like smart enough and plays something like h5 or something, then a b7, bishop b7, and queen c7. This is a check and forking on the bishop. So anyway, bishop is getting lost. So only defense for black was to play, sorry, king d7. Now we have a b7, bishop b7, and queen to c4 here. Again, you can notice that black cannot go here or here rather. Any move is not possible because queen c7 is anyway coming. So he tries to defend with f6, but we have queen f7, king f6, and queen g7. Start gobbling the pawns and ultimately go for the queen. Let me show you more as well here. King b5. King b5 is not possible. Sorry. King b6. Queen h7. Bishop to c8. Something black is trying something. Bishop to g4. You can just calmly play f3. Bishop c8. Queen d6. Check. King b5. Queen c5. Again, we are just winning the bishop. The knight was a bit tricky, and we had to look for a lot of forks as well. But queen versus bishop is generally pretty easy because both pieces can move in the diagonal pattern. So queen can just avoid the dark squares completely. For example, in this case, we have a light squared bishop. So queen can entirely travel in the dark squares and annihilate black. And he does not have any enough resources to defend this position, or rather have an I should say opportunity to even win here. I hope you understood it. Any questions? Or should I continue it further to show where we have to go till the queen is made? Or any algorithm you haven't understood? Please put it in the. It's actually undefendable, bro. With black, it is undefendable. Why I am showing all these materially imbalanced things are because the competitions I have seen, even in today's tournament, many people have lost with the white in spite of having queen. That is the main idea to show here. Because if you are having queen, there is no way you should lose this. That is the main idea. And since many of you are losing with the queen, with even this material imbalance, it was important to show all of you that how to be efficiently checkmated the king. Obviously, this is undefendable, but in some positions there is a chance to you know get the better of black king, but it involves a various sacrifices and various other combinations. I can discuss it with games, but now for now this is the main technique that you have to learn. Main technique is to place the queen on the open position as much as possible and clear spaces through sacrifice of one or two pawns. It is not necessary to sacrifice them, but it is always good to clear as much as space as possible and avoid knight forks. That is the only thing. Okay. Is there anything to ask? Anyone? You can unmute or put it in the chat or raise your hands. Anything? Shall we proceed then if no one has any questions? Okay, let's go here. Last position is queen versus for today. This is kind of the closest which can come to a draw. Actually, it's not a draw; it's a completely winning position for white. But again, if you ask, black has the maximum possibility to draw here, even though it's just like 1% or 2% chance. So it's white to move. Sorry, this. Here, white can play queen g4, again focusing on this open file idea, or he has a cunning chance to play queen b3 followed by b5. Many of you played queen b3 first move, I saw in the tournament as well, and queen g4 is also fine. I think some of you might have tried it as well. Any other move that you want to suggest can be played first by the queen? Anyone in the chat, please? Any other move that you want to suggest? Hello, am I audible? Okay. So, which of the continuation do you want me to proceed with? Which continuation should we see, guys? Queen b3 or queen g4? Okay. Okay, let's see queen b3. I'm starting with queen b3 here. Black is kind of in a trouble. He can just play f5 or h6 or even rook c1 check. Many of you played this move on the tournament platform. I saw it. So rook c1, king h2. Many of them are possible. h6 for h6, this b5 line continues. For f5, you can just take it first and then play queen e6. This nets this pawn. If black plays f4, you can just play queen d7 check, and you are getting the d pawn here. D pawn. Okay. So h6, I am playing the most closest move which can restore equality. b5, the idea is same. we have to just force black take here and continue our mission to get the open files. So a b5, queen b5, or rather here we can go rook c5 as well. This is the best possible defense that can be done. A b6 and a b6, and then what do you think will be the move here that will work for black? Put it in the chat. What will work here, guys? Just put it in chat quickly. Okay, f4 is good move. Anything else? Or unmute yourself. You can unmute as well. No problem. Ha, queen b6. I was expecting that response. Okay. Queen b6 is actually the most accurate move here because you can actually see the markers. And this is as well attack. That's the correct move. And as Pranav also said, f4 is also fine, but you have to contend with rook takes a5 here. And if you are suggesting me to go queen b4, then I have rook a1 check and king h2. And yes, it is okay to play this as well. No problems. A5, queen b6, and then maybe play something like rook f1, like this. We can just play this as well. Both moves are good. So here after queen c6, queen b6, we are playing rook c1 check, king h2, and rook c3, attacking the d pawn, d3 pawn. So white queen takes on d6 first. You can also take it on a6 and promote the pawn to a queen. Both are equally good moves. Rook c2, attacking the f2 pawn. Queen takes e5 with a check, king g8, and queen f6. Why queen f6? Reason is we are putting the king in the jail. Remember the queen's checkmate. We are actually putting the king in jail, and we are netting this f7 pawn as well once the rook departs from the board. So rook a2, and here we take the pawn. We are defending this, and then rook f2, queen to c8. Sorry, uh, queen to c8. Queen to c8. Where I gone? Yeah. Queen to c8, king g7, queen c3 check. Why queen c3? Because we have to maintain this diagonal. Actually, that's the only reason. King g8, a6. We are proceeding to promote this pawn. Rook a2, and then we can just play a calm move. Either we can just defend it with queen c4, or you can just make a cunning trap for your opponent with king g3. If your opponent plays rook a6 by mistake, you can just play queen c8 and it's game over because we are just giving a check and we are getting this. That's it. So queen a6, rook f2, queen c8, king g7, queen c3, king g8, a6, rook a2, king g3. So let's say king after king g3, black plays h5. Then we can just proceed normally with something like queen c7. Okay. Again the same trap. Rook a6, queen c8 is ready. King g7, a7. I think this should be pretty much it. Do you want to show me the entire? I mean, do you want me to show the entire line of checkmate once? How to do it or how to not do it like this? Please put yes in the chat or react. Do you want to show me? I mean, if you want me to show you. Okay, let's continue it a bit further. rook a3, then queen e5 check, followed by king g8 and queen d4. We are defending both of them, and this pawn is ready to be the queen here. So black tries for a stalemate attempt, g5, queen to d8, check, king g7, and this is a queen. Rook takes queen, queen takes queen. Now it should be an easy win with the queen mate. And if you don't know the queen mate, you can just rewatch the first session. I've covered the queen mate where you have to just follow the knight pattern. Let me show it once here as well. h4, king g4, f5. Let's say we take this and we take this. Queen c6, we are limiting this. Space to the king, king f7, queen d6, king g7, queen e6, knight pattern, horizontal L, king f8, and here you can just play little tricky move, queen d7, king g8, king g6, king h8, and queen e8 is check. This was a short thing. I mean, shortly I described the mate. For a detailed explanation, you can see the first video. So that's all for today, I think. And if you have any questions, please ask. May I know that is my audio visible, or is it cranky, or is it kind of breaking in between? I mean, not particularly now, but in during the course of sessions, it is it breaking or is it creaking? It's clear. Okay. And is my explanation a bit technical, or is it understandable, comprehensible? Or do you want me to show some more examples or some more things, some practical tips? Okay. If you want something extra, please tell me that as well. I will just cover it in the upcoming sessions.